Alright, we are off though. Massive audio delay has been fixed. Poggers. Definitely not trying to run the stream from my laptop. Didn't happen.
Definitely.
But we're heading into BOB here. We'll see what stage this is. Wes, have you played Randomizer in the last year? Or ever?
Randomizer, yes. My personal best, unfortunately, is only a 1 hour and 52 minute time. Wait, actually, no, I did play it within the last year. I got that down to 1 hour and 29 minutes, but I've not played it since they came out with this 1.0 update with all randomizing all the music, the costume wear, etc. So it's from what I can tell, it still basically plays the same, just a little bit more cosmetic changes.
Yeah, I mean, there are cosmetic changes. There's a ton of actually variable, like, different settings you can set. Like, you can randomize just certain parts of the randomizer. You don't have to randomize everything, which is pretty cool. Looks like we have discovered whose bid alerts are on, as Zeas has struggled to get these red coins, and this is one of the worst stages you can get starting off, because in this version of the randomizer with these settings, you basically have to do the first stage. If there's only one star in it, you have to get that star, and both racers are struggling with wing cap reds right now.
Oh, can you not go through the key doors anymore?
No, you cannot go through the key doors, and
with these settings as well. Oh, this is so rough. They're gonna. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see Kristen at least got it, but yeah, Zeas has been struggling on this 8th red. I don't even know if he's able to get this unless he jumps off the box.
It is probably impossible. He just probably needs to take the L at this point.
I think if he got enough speed, he might be able to jump off of the box, but that'd still be that'd be a stretch.
Yeah. It's just a lot of time being bled right now as Kristen opting to start the big Bob-omb fight. Not quite starting the Koopa race yet. It's another thing you might not be familiar with is, oh man, Zeas getting on top of the box and not having the wing cap anymore. That's a big F. But yeah, so everything that you would usually have to enter at certain, stars in the stage to do, like Koopa the Quick Race, are all going to spawn pretty much like on any star you select. So Koopa the Quick, Big Bob-omb, all going to spawn on the level at the same time. Zeas managed to get that red. Okay, so eat my words here.
Yay, box jumps. So I see there's two also options, exit to lobby and exit course. So does exit course just get you back out of the jump spawn point, or what does that do?
Yeah, so exit course basically just is a suicide button at this point.
Okay.
Potentially in the future it'll just knock you out of the stage, but yeah, at this point it basically just kills you, gives you the death animation, and even takes a life. But it actually adds like some interesting stuff to the randomizer, like that you usually wouldn't have to deal with. Like there's a lot of like life management, like going out of your way to grab a life is pretty much like a good idea until late game. You'll have like 7 to 10 lives, but early game you'll be on like 4 to 0. You really want to grab a couple extra 1-ups.
I think I still have randomizer tracker as one of my bookmarks in my browser, so I might play along with Kristen here and see where everything is, because otherwise, I don't know about you, Saren, but I can never play randomizer without a tracker, because otherwise I just lose track of everything and it just becomes impossible.
I never completed a randomizer until this version because, yeah, I could not keep track of anything. Luckily, you can set some baby settings. I'm a big fan of the baby settings. I'm a big fan of the new game preset. It basically makes it so that you have to do a lot of the stuff that you do in vanilla. Like you have to get the key doors, you have to get all the Bowser fights done. And when you enter a stage, like we entered, let's say Bob-omb Battlefield, when we exit the stage, no matter what stage it is when we enter, it's gonna always exit us out of the Bob-omb Battlefield painting. So there's no like keeping track of what painting leads where. You just kind of have to, keep track of what stars you have, and you can maybe miss a couple stars and have to backtrack and know where that stage is, but other than that, you're pretty good on the tracker. Zeas does not have enough speed there for that. That's more.
No, but I respect the efforts. Always love a good old-fashioned island walk. Oh, we got a Bowser bogey there from Kristen, man. I don't know if this... I remember the older versions of Randomizer, they had what am I trying to say here? Like the red star coin star spawn also spawned randomly, but this one was right behind the pipe. So I don't know if this was literal god RNG or if they just left that spawn right where it was.
Yeah, so that's another feature of the new game preset. So basically, anything that's like a star that would, in the old version, spawn randomly. Like, so let's say for example, you kill King Bob-omb and the star could like fly across the map. That star will instead just spawn near King Bob-omb like it usually would in the vanilla game. Same with like 8 red coin stars. They will spawn in their vanilla location. Chest stars, that sort of thing. Chest stars are actually a little bit different. They'll spawn similarly to like the boss fights, where they'll spawn right above the chest. So Kristen here in the slide, collecting that. Bottom of the slide star. Did she get the one at the top, or was on the slide? I didn't quite catch it.
I think she got it at the top of the slide.
Okay, that's good RNG then. Yeah, basically when you enter slide, you're hoping for that box star to spawn at the top of the slide. If not, you got to do the slide star twice, which is a little bit annoying. Finding cool mountain here.
Oh, everything kind of close together here in the lobby.
Zeas, why are you trying to get to the island so bad, buddy? What is over there that you want? I didn't even see.
I mean, the box star isn't even over there, so unless it's the one naked star you get from behind the chain chomp cage, I don't know what all he would be trying to go for.
Possibly. Zeas is kind of a fan of the red coins, which is surprising to me. Like, they're not the worst stars, but like, you got to spend a lot of time collecting those 8 reds, and unless they spawn like right next to each other, you're going to be spending a lot of time traversing the whole stage, trying to find every single last 8 red, and if you can't find one of them, then you've just wasted a ton of time, so they're kind of not typical.
Yeah, from my recollection, the only stage worth going for reds in would be Womp's Fortress, just because that is like the most compact stage of everything else. Otherwise, yeah, Zeas still, literally needed that 8th red coin.
Yeah.
Making absolute work out of B.O.B. Gonna be leaving out of here with 6 stars as Kristen. Well, once he gets the red coin star, I don't know if he's going for all the B.O.B. stars. That is a very bold strategy. This is a very time-consuming stage, so I'm surprised he'd be willing to spend all of his time here as Kristen just continues to navigate through Cool Mountain. Looks like she got the baby penguin star. I saw she just got a star, but I wasn't sure what she got.
That is a very good question. That's probably one of the hardest things about commentating Randomizer is like, it's hard enough watching 2 players like run vanilla and keeping track of everything, but then like everything's in a random spot. Like, you got to basically have an eye on each screen in order to catch everything.
Yeah. I see she just collected star number 6, so that'd be the normal wall kicks will work star, and she's dead.
Yeah, but she does have a pretty big lead. She has that Bowser key, which Zeas is now working on, and a 4-star lead, so, you know, a death there, chooses to leave the stage, not a really big deal.
And look at that, actually getting really nice RNG with, I believe that's the behind the secret book star in BBH, right out there in the haunt here. If she's really lucky, I think around the corner, hopefully she'll see the giant eyeball. This is the only reason I even come to BBH and randomizers. You either get the giant eyeball, the giant boo, or the naked star all outside, but it looks like she's only going to be getting the secret star for the time being. But looks like Zeas did make some relatively quick work of those 8 red coins. He's now about to collect that star.
Yeah, I definitely agree on the BBH. I usually only go outside. I've been seeing a lot of players, though. They'll go inside and they'll head down here to the merry-go-round, which there's quite a bit of space where stuff can spawn, and you can also get that merry-go-round star here guaranteed, so it's not a bad idea. Actually, I think a couple races ago we saw somebody collect the big boo star down here with the other big boo, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, this has got to be nice having, being able to do any star you want upon spawning, because otherwise you have to wait for for going a ghost hunt, and that'd be absolutely brutal in a randomizer running around looking for ghosts God only knows where.
Yeah, if you're not doing 120, red coins and the boo hunts in this level are probably off the table. Zeus instantly going for the penguin race here, which you can do with normal slide star and randomizer now, which is interesting.
So you can get the penguin star and the slide star.
Yep. The only stage that works a little bit differently is JRB. The eel doesn't spawn twice, so you got to get the eel out of the ship before you can get the eel out of the little hidey hole.
This is a really friendly seed we're seeing here, as it sounds like another stream alert just went off. Big Boo's Haunt getting Kristen all the way to Womp's Fortress. Basically, they've gotten almost all the entire lobby just within these in the lobby stages. We have yet to see them go upstairs or into the basement. Is that a seed thing you purposely planned for, Saren, or is this actually just like a really randomly cool seed?
So that's just how the randomizer works right now with the keep structure setting. So keep structure is the setting that makes it so you have to get all the Bowser keys. You can't just walk through the key doors. It used to be that you couldn't like enter. Well, that's how it is currently, as what you're describing. You can enter Womp's Fortress, you can only get a lobby stage. In the next version of the randomizer in 1.1, they're going to have it so that you can enter Womp's Fortress and it can be any stage with keep structure on. So kind of cool. Randomizer going to be constantly evolving now. Lots of future updates planned, it seems, which is really neat. There's kind of like a long lull of any sort of information or progress, but 1.0 is out. Pretty epic.
See Kristen here going all the way around Womp's Fortress. Love this about 100 coins in this stage. Honestly, it's just that they're all over the place. Not a surprise to get yet. Rings upon rings of coins. Kill a quick piranha plant. Maybe even a little Womp right there. You can get some 10 coins out of the way. And just like that, look at that. We've got King Womp and the Fortress together at the same time.
Yeah, it can be a little bit cursed considering the fact that King Womp has no collision data with the Fortress, so he can just walk through the tower. Which is a little bit cursed, but luckily he doesn't really like Mario, so at any point you can just kind of trigger him to follow you. Looks like we got a lot of Kristen support going on in the chat. Not sure where the Zeas supporters are at. A little bit of radio silence from them. A little weird.
Commentator probably shouldn't speak with bias here, but honestly, even I came into this race expecting Kristen to win because I've seen Kristen compete with Kirsten in Randomizer quite a bit, so I believe she, especially now knowing that Zeus doesn't have a PB at all, Kristen clearly has the upper hand in terms of Randomizer experience.
Well, Zeus definitely has a PB. I'm going to be honest, I just might have forgotten to update that one.
Zeus rhymes with that's a good question. Let's look up the rhyme dictionary.
Is that a thing, a rhyme dictionary?
There is, yes. It's very useful, actually. Zeus rhymes with. Yeah, no, none of these are close. These are all near rhymes. It's coming up with these, disease, Chinese, trees. If only we had a chatter named Andrea, so we could say spam these. Zeus, Andreas. No, that's not even close. Damn. All right. Well, we've got nothing.
Prius. That's actually a good one.
Oh, there we go.
The rhyme dictionary, follow flat, chatters, coming up with the W. Common chat W.
Himalayas, Sagittarius, Pius.
Sagittarius, what? Alright, so it looks like Zea's on a little bit of a mission here in BBH, spending a lot of time exploring, which is kind of scary, but it looks like we're going to go into factory now.
I do love that Zeus is choosing to use the feature where you can also randomize your background. So we're seeing like the bits background. We saw the bits background in Cool Mountain. He had like the Fire Sea or like LLL background in BBH.
Yep. I think the random skyboxes are my favorite. By far my least favorite cosmetic is the random music.
Bully's Eye, or Bullseye Bully for Kristen there, literally just popping the bully directly through the hole. Never seen that before, but now they're taking revenge out for their buddy. Moment of panic there for Kristen, but able to save it.
Yeah, maintaining composure. Unable to grab those wall kicks, unfortunately, but a pretty sizable lead. 5-star lead over Zeus right now. He's just not quite getting the favorable routing for what he's going for, unfortunately.
Do love, one of the things I always forget about Randomizer, too, that Kristen's doing quite well. What was that bonk? Doing quite well is the use of the pause strat. For those unfamiliar with Randomizer, when you're looking around for what are called naked stars, which is basically stars like you can just pick up and collect without having to complete an objective, or just like looking for boxes of red coins, you can pause. And if you're in the right map area, you'll be able to get a wider view of the map and perhaps find where you can, like, what you need, where you're looking for, red coin stars, etc. So Kristen making good use of that for these red coins here. Although traversing the stage has not been the kindest to her.
Yeah, red coins and Fire Sea. I mean, we've been talking about it a lot throughout the tournament. Is one of the scarier stars that you can do with the red coins, especially in 70 star. I mean, you don't really need that one extra star most of the time, and I mean, we've seen really good randomizer players just like get completely screwed by the railing reds. Shoutouts to Merkenbach Gamer.
There you go. We now got some Zeas supporters in the chat spamming the Prius, a very bright red colored Prius.
It's always a feels good, man, when the rhyme actually works with an emoji. Sometimes you're just like, you think of a good word, but there's just nothing you can use.
Yeah, I was just comms for Callie versus JQ, and the best we could do is spam this tally to help out Callie.
That's not bad.
I did like, what even like is a tally? Like most people use a check mark, but I didn't think a check mark was called a tally.
A tally mark, yeah. It's
oh well. Apparently, I'm just a 3-head.
It's not super commonly used, but it is indeed a word.
Zea's taken a lot of time exploring Jolly Roger Bay. Good thing the star just spawns right out of the chest instead of throughout the stage, because very time-consuming having to go all over the place just to get the chest star.
Yeah, he's actually not too far behind on the star count, though. Unfortunately for him, Kristen does have the Fire Sea key, which, you know, unlocks upstairs. She's now cruising through TTM. Really good stage for Randomizer. Lots of loose stars all over the place. Oh, okay. Unlocking the cannon. Very powerful.
Love to see it.
That may come in handy later. Now imagine randomized cannons.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure what that would be used for, but would be kind of cool.
Couldn't imagine, like, I hope there would be like a program that allowed the cannons to stay on a platform so you don't have to like go jumping in the air to get inside of a cannon.
Yeah, that would be pretty cursed. The randomizer devs are pretty good. They're pretty good at making stuff work, which is surprising how much they've done with the randomizer being all internal, because you know, most randomizers you have to go to like a website and you plug in all your data and upload a ROM and patch your stuff, and this you just do it once and you can make as many seeds as you want. You never have to, you know, write any data to your EverDrive or get a new ROM for your emulator. It's pretty comfy.
Got Zeus cruising his way through Womp's Fortress right now. I don't know if he's collected a couple of the that I wish they weren't called naked stars because I just feel weird saying it, but like the bear stars.
There are
Kristen's
other words.
Nude.
People have been calling them loose stars. I'm a big fan of loose stars.
So they're naked and loose?
Yes, I guess so. I mean, naked doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think loose makes a lot more sense. I mean, you wouldn't call a box star a clothes star, would you?
No. You would call that a box star. I just remember saying naked stars in the forum on speedrun.com, so that's just what I've always called them.
Yeah, it is a popular term for some reason.
Yeah, Kristen already got the 4 loose stars in Tall Mountain, so now she's just trying to go through the rest of the mountain, farming some extra lives along the way, helpful for possibly using to exit course, and already we got 7 reds, and now just trying to find that 8th and final one, and it's right there. Now we got Zeas, who's now realizing he's got 2 more stars down there. Very bold risk taking the dive there. If he fell just short, he would have fallen down with all those coins. But he's got that star, he's got this star, and he's about to get the 8th red coin. And star count-wise, right on par with Kristen. As you said, does have the Fire Sea key, and just, yeah, was able to rack that up even more going upstairs.
Yeah, but I think Zeus is definitely still in this one. There's a lot of stages coming up where you can take some pretty unfortunate deaths. And if he just chooses to go the right way in the castle, get some luckier stage entrances, it can be pretty big. I don't think either player has messed with HMC so far, so that'll be interesting to see what's going on there.
No, other than Kristen, we haven't seen anybody go into the basement, and even when she was in the basement, I think she just went straight to Fire Sea. She didn't go to any of the basement stages or even get basement Toad. I think maybe got MIPS.
That's a good point. Zeus is still in lobby with 24 stars. It's kind of crazy. Like, that's a lot of stars for still being in lobby.
Yeah. And he's still got a couple more to go. Yeah, he's got the one more on top of here, and I think he's good to get out of the stage. Now, here's the fun part about coming into Wet Dry World. There are so many boxes in this stage that when you're in Randomizer, at least these guys are doing non-stop so they can keep going, but sometimes you may be going for the 100 coin star, and you accidentally ground pound the box without thinking anything, and, oh no, it's a star. Oh gosh, look, the run's over. I got all these coins for nothing. Otherwise, you're just trying to look for the star, and like, no, I don't want coins, I just want the star.
Yep. Yeah, non-stop definitely has its benefits in Randomizer. That's one thing I really like about the adjust warps exit setting, which is the one I was talking about earlier, that lets it, when you enter a stage, you're always going to exit in the same place you entered. It makes normal, like, non-stop a lot less confusing, because, you know, otherwise you're like, alright, where am I going to exit when I grab the star? But you just kind of re-enter the painting if you want to keep going on the stage with that setting on, which is pretty comfy.
I guess I would also forget to mention my PB was a 129 in regular Randomizer, not non-stop. So I don't know if that adds any more credibility to me as a commentator.
That definitely adds a lot more credibility. Normal is a whole lot harder than non-stop, especially in vanilla, or I guess the classic settings, the default settings. I don't know.
Yeah. But good to see Kristen was able to get all 100, at least 100 coins here in the first part of Wet Dry World. I know there are some seeds that aren't too kind where you, like, some of the coins are just out of reach unless you have, like, the perfect triple jump to get on top of this, like, cylinder here, or you, like, only have 99 coins and you have to go get the rest in the other section. But fortunately, Kristen able to make good work of this Wet Dry World, get 5 stars before exiting course.
Yeah, Zeus still finding DDD. This is a pretty good stage to be in. Those chests a little bit clumped together. Don't want to activate them in the wrong order. That would be a little bit unfortunate, but there's a lot of loose stars in this stage. It is DDD, so you got to keep that in mind. You are in DDD, which sucks, but as far as finding quick stars, it's really nice. Gameplay-wise, I don't know. No comment.
I don't know how familiar I guess Zeas is with Randomizer, but all those loose stars you alluded to are in the second half of the stage. He will be going there, so we should be seeing, I think, 2 or 3 of them, because there's the cap star, there's the sub star, and I could have sworn there's another, but oh no, not another loose star, but a quick star with wait, the jet rings. Does this still spawn in its intended spot?
Yes.
Oh no! That was the one fun thing about Randomizer.
Oh, the jet stream isn't too bad. You just gotta be a strong swimmer. You'll be fine.
I mean, we were all strong swimmers at one point, weren't we?
True. That one almost went over my head. I'm not gonna lie. But Zeas, we were talking about it earlier, but he's not inexperienced with the randomizer in these settings especially. He actually probably has more experience with these specific settings than Krysten. So as far as like finding the stars that are like good to grab, like where are the loose stars, like what stages do I want to definitely spend time in, I'm not super worried about. The only thing that worries me about Zeas is him going for stars that maybe he doesn't need to bother with. And that's one of the things that you really need to spend a little bit of time to kind of pick up in Randomizer is like what stars can you afford to skip, because yeah, it's kind of a little bit scary at first. You don't want to backtrack.
That's one of the big things, one of the biggest adjustments I had to learn when doing Randomizer was you think like, oh, well, I'm in this stage and I don't know what star to grab, and rather than trying to figure out like where to go, like or what else you can do, like, oh, I'll just grab 100 coins because that's easy, but then you just find yourself literally spending 3 minutes as Krysten takes a death. Unfortunately in the cove in THI. But we even saw it with Zeas earlier. I don't think in any ideal scenario, unless you're literally doing 120 randomizer, that red coins in BOB would be necessary. But he's, still making the most of even red coins in DDD right now. While they're all compact in this section of the map, he's had to swim all over the place just to go get them.
Yeah, and sometimes they can be really nice, and sometimes they can be really awful. Like sometimes they can spawn like right next to that red coral, and they like kind of blend in, or they'll be like right underneath them. And you'll just swim around for like 5 minutes, like try to find them, and then you'll just see it out of the corner of your eye, like peeking out from behind the red coral, and it's just like, man, did I really need that star? As Krysten found TTC, which, oh no, that red coin is in an unfortunate spot.
Very, very friendly for anybody just starting out in Randomizer. Krysten fortunately able to get up in order to take the burn, but it's got 5 loose stars in here, and if you get the right... Actually, something I haven't been noticing the whole time, but I think I'm just now actually coming to grips with, you don't even spawn in random locations anymore. Is that part of the presets as well? Yeah,
that is part of this preset. So the idea of this preset is basically it's to sort of mimic a vanilla experience, but with you can't just like go into a stage and be like, all right, I'm gonna do the Owlus movement. I'm gonna go long jump here and turn my camera right 2 times. Like, you have to figure out how to move the guy and find the items in the stages. But there's no like, oh, I spawned at the bits pipe, or
oh yeah,
anything
or like
that.
Hey, I spawned right on top of a star, or oh no, I spawned at the bottom of the clock when the last star I know that's here is all the way at the top of the clock. Krysten, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a more A, beginner-friendly, and B, more quote-unquote fair for racing, because you have less randomness. But it's a randomizer, you want to have randomness, but you kind of want to have it as consistent between the racers as possible, and the way that random stage spawns work isn't seed-based, so it basically just randomly selects the point you enter the stage, just like when you're entering it. So, for example, if you're doing Bowser in the Sky, one player could spawn at the very beginning of the stage, and the other player could spawn at the very end of the stage, which would be a little bit unfair for whoever, spawned at the beginning.
Literally one of the biggest reasons for my PB in that my randomizer run was I literally had I think 19 lives to work with, so I just died a couple of times until I got the god spawn point at the pipe, which kind of takes away from the experience, but
yeah,
it's still fun. But honestly, I kind of like this a little bit better. It's just you've described it perfectly. It's the perfect blend of vanilla with randomness. It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I definitely like the other settings as well. We'll definitely host some events with varying settings. That's the beauty of randomizers. You can always mix it up. There's never, you know, one king setting that's gonna rule them all.
Right. I wonder if Kristen might be debating on going for the red coins since there are a good chunk of them here. I haven't been keeping much track of the stage, but she's just struggling to get down off of these conveyor belts. Okay, and is deciding to just go exit out of course with 4 of the 5 loose stars.
I hate to laugh, but that was pretty comical. Just ledge grabbing over and over again.
And she does get the upstairs toad, or maybe even tippy toad. I don't know if they mix them. I thought I remember her already seeing her get a toad earlier, so maybe does tippy toad now spawn upstairs too?
They coexist, so the whole area loads at the same time. So the toads just kind of spawn wherever.
Okay.
So
Kristen going for BLJs. Oh, sorry, go for it.
That is definitely more interesting. Going for BLJs multiple times, which is questionable. The only thing you're saving time on is, you know, that animation opening the door. So after missing it once, you basically just want to go for the door. But Kristen is definitely committed to these BLJs right now.
I mean, still needs 12 stars to open the door, assuming they.
Oh, yeah,
so
true.
the area loads. So I don't know if that means it still like refers to the actual star count.
Yeah, no, the star count does matter. I totally didn't even take that into account. So she actually needs the BLJs to get through the door if she wants to, which.
So yeah, Kristen very sporadic with her routing here, as Sonic Gordon I think kind of describes Zeas perfectly here. A completionist Andy, which I think is going to benefit him going into the late game because he's still in the basement. It is not only just a few stars behind Kristen at this point, and honestly, LLL was a great stage for Zeas to get into as well. I believe also, I think 4 loose stars, if I'm not mistaken, or at the very least like 3 loose stars, and then quick and easy bully stars.
Are we talking about in Lethal Lava Land?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 1 loose star outside, and then there's the 2 inside.
Yeah,
and you got the 2 bullies and reds.
Stars, and yeah.
And reds, honestly, in this stage isn't that bad. It can be a little bit longer, but if you're going for bullies, you're already having to go across like most of the stage anyways, so you might as well like on your way if there's some red coins, pick them up. But ooh,
oh, Zeas trying to go for the long jump to get that star on the elevator platform. Unfortunately, too much momentum, and he died in the volcanoes. He's now spawns. Oh, the metal cap spot.
Yeah, it looks like Kristen has opted to just go down to the basement, which I think is definitely a good call. Gonna be heading into the Fire Sea DDD area, seeing what she can find.
Actually, so nice to have you spawn right where you enter the stage at, because that's one of the most frustrating things about those old randomizer settings was you could be so close to getting a star, and then you're just completely on the other side of the castle, and you're like, well, freaking booty, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, definitely a lot more forgiving. I think that the whole spawning at the start of the stage thing, not only makes races a little bit more fair, I think it adds a pretty interesting element too, because you can kind of have like a quote-unquote like meta game, right? For like, you enter the stage and you don't specifically like know what inputs you're gonna do, but like for BOB, for example, you'll see people like immediately trigger the Cooper race and then, go a certain pathway through the level, which I think is pretty interesting. If we do more and more races on these settings, I think it'll be interesting to see sort of like a meta develop around that. And we're kind of seeing that with a lot of stages already. BBH, obviously people just checking outside the house a lot. HMC, people checking inside these 2 big rooms.
It looks like Kristen's stream is frozen for a little bit, perhaps trying to splice in a good run. Okay, so decided to go for the Vanish Cap route. Or not Vanish Cap route, but decided to go find out what's in Vanish Cap. I wonder if this is the Basement Toad here. Yep, it is the Basement Toad. Can't remember if it's like text box counter, if I just remember to look for like what Toad is reading. It's like, okay, cool, this is what we're looking for. But,
yeah, there's like different text box lengths, and then there's different things he says, obviously, but like realistically you don't really need to know it, because either way you gotta scroll through the text once you're committed anyways. But Galaxy Brain random players will figure it out. Not me, unfortunately.
Not gonna lie, Siren, you're kind of making me want to download 1.0 and get back into Randomizer, knowing everything I've seen here today.
1.0 is sick, I'm not gonna lie.
Love to see Manta get out of the way as quickly as possible. I wonder if the leaderboards on speedrun.com have separated the versions out.
You can only submit 1.0, actually. Like, recent versions.
Oh, so they don't even allow the old runs anymore. So I wonder if Chrism still has the world record.
To be honest, I'm not keeping track of a lot of it. I know that, you know, it's kind of split up right now. There's quite a few different categories you can get world records in right now, so... I mean, that's just kind of the nature of Randomizer. You got a lot of different stuff going on. Especially with different, you know, difficulty settings. The highest level I've ever gotten in any speedrun category ever is 3rd place, so maybe someday.
What game was that for?
Jet Force Gemini.
Oh, nice. Wait, was that any percent or another category?
Mine's R1. I don't think I ever had 3rd place 90%. Might have to fix that. That game is actually really optimized, so going for like world records is actually crazy person talk. But either way, DDD for Kristen right now. Zeas finally finding Fire Sea, so that star lead is extending here for Kristen. She gets some quick stars, and Zeas has to spend some time collecting red coins and traversing a pretty perilous stage.
Yeah, Kristen finally getting into the basement, getting all those stars in HMC and Dire Docks. Actually, wait a minute. Quitting the stage after the Jetstream star. I don't know if she got all the stars in DDD or not, unless honestly they were just so quick. Oh, right. She didn't go for the red coin star. She just knew to keep moving on, but... Oh, she re-entered HMC.
Yeah, a little bit of a brain moment. Gonna enter Fire Sea here. And find a terrible stage.
Yeah, reds and metal cap are, yeah, not the greatest.
I'm shocked she's going for it, honestly. You gotta hit the switch, you gotta find a box. If the box is unfavorable and the reds are in, like, pretty bad spots, it can be really, really rough. She's gonna run out of metal cap here, so needs to go grab the switch.
Hopefully those were all the reds in the water, because if they were, that actually might not have been a bad idea, but we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, there are reds in the water still, unfortunately.
Yeah, quite a few, unfortunately.
So has to grab the switch, head all the way back. Luckily, the metal caps aren't, like, over the quick water. Sometimes they can, like, both spawn, like, right over the, like, the water, and you have to, like, precisely ground pound on the edge of them to grab the cap as you're ground pounding, and, yeah, it could be really, really rough.
Zeas now in shifting Sandland, trying to... Oh, good positioning for the 8th red there for Kristen. SSL, I recall, is a halfway decent stage. You've got one loose star outside of the pyramid. Klepto is pretty easy. You got one loose star inside of the pyramid, and the only other thing I can think of is secrets are kind of a bother. I'm guessing they don't randomize secrets locations here, so...
They do.
Or would they? Oh, they do. Okay, just the secret star would still spawn in the slide?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, not ideal. IROC could be worth it if you're really trying to find a way to kill time, but I guess we'll see what Zeas decides to do now that he's inside the pyramid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised less people are going for IROC. I mean, it's not like the nicest star, but if you're already in the pyramid and you collect a star or two, it doesn't take that long to do the IROC fight, and you know where it's at. You know, especially when people are doing, like, HMC, or metal cap reds and stuff like that, like...
Oh, yeah. I guess it all just comes down to whether or not people trust their ability to get to the fight in the first place, because we're not all experienced 120 runners who can do the quick route, and if you have to either wall kick your way on top of the platform there, or even take a longer way around, and you just miss the jump kick or the jump inside, then it's just a very long, painful climb all the way back up. You're absolutely right, though. The fight doesn't take that long once you're in there.
Yeah. Kristen triggering that high water. They're going to have to do a little bit extra swimming on the way to the town. But the star count, honestly, isn't that big of a gap here. Zeus is struggling to find the secrets here in the pyramid. I think that's really just Zeus's big, you know, kind of crux in this race has been just trying to get these collector, like, centric stars, you know, having to find all the secrets, having to find all the reds. You know, as soon as Kristen went for that metal cap red, Zeus kind of caught up a bit.
I hope Zeus doesn't keep at the collector's mindset, because he still hasn't even gotten to the upstairs yet, unlike Kristen. So now with 44, it looks like he'll finally be attacking the upstairs, and I think this is where we might see the tides turn, or at least this would be the best chance for the tides to turn, because there's a lot of quick loose stars for Zeus to go grab upstairs, and with only 26 to go, he does not need to go for any more collector stars. Great star spawn there for Kristen in Rainbow Ride. The loose star, I'm trying to recall, there's tricky triangles, the big house in the sky, and yeah, I think those are the only two.
There's 4 loose stars, I think, in Rainbow Ride, and 1 box star.
Oh my god,
and
yeah,
then a
the
red.
big house in the sky, tricky triangle. Oh yeah, swinging in the breeze, and the box star he has the and the cruiser star, and then of course there's the box star after you shoot from the cruiser. I forget. Oh man.
Yeah, the thing about Rainbow Ride is it has a lot of favorable, like, you know, star types, I guess you could say. Like, it has a lot of loose stars, it has a box star. But they can spawn in really bad spots. You know, sometimes they spawn in the big house, which is fine, but when they spawn on top of the big house, it's not so fine.
Yeah, especially playing the mode where you don't get random spawns. That would not be ideal. And, trying to... Oh man, I just had a brain fart.
That's okay, that's been me the entire day. My brain has just not been functioning. So, yeah, Kristen having to wait for this swinging in the breeze cycle, but there is a loose star over there and has one on her radar over by the Reds maze. But only a 4-star lead here.
Do you remember what I was going to say? Rainbow Ride, I think, something you never really have to think about, but Rainbow Ride, I think, unless maybe Hazy Maze Cave, just because it's a little more condensed, you don't see it all, but Rainbow Ride is one of the more, like, open, very spread out stages, so exactly like you're right, Sarah, and if they spawn in the worst places and they're not all, like, within a close range of one another, this could spell bad news, but Kristen's actually been getting very lucky here, now about to get the 4th loose star over here towards the section, so thankfully none of them spawning the big house in the sky. Not even going to bother to go look for the box star. She's satisfied with RR.
Yeah, she has a good chunk of stars. I'm a little bit concerned she might start running out of stages to go to, but has 54, only needs 16 more stars. Zeus, only 4 stars behind as Kristen finds Cloud Stage, so she's just going to back out of that one.
Yeah.
Neither player going for TTC 100 coin, which is a little interesting. There's tons of coins on the stage.
There are tons of coins. Unfortunately, a lot of them are in boxes, and also it's very hard to it is basically a guessing game as to what coins, like which boxes will spawn. 10 coins versus 3 coins, and it's just kind of all over the place. I think red coins would be more favorable than 100 coins.
I was just gonna say I'm really upset that Zeus is not going for red coins in the stage. Like, he went for like some really weird red coins, and we're not going for TTC red coins. Like, come on.
Yeah. Although he is making his way up the clock, I don't know if he's gone past a few of the reds already.
Oh yeah, so no, he's fully aware of them for sure. Unless I'm not sure, some sort of color blindness has developed in the last stage, but yeah, unfortunate. Not going for the reds here.
Kristen doing something I have never seen before, taking the intended route directly to the bully instead of long jumping to the ice platform, actually walking up the ramp.
That is crazy, actually. Something you'll only see in Randomizer these days. I don't think even casuals will do that anymore. People in general are just too good at video games to do the intended strats in this game. Like, you gotta remember, like, when people first played this game, like, it was like, nobody knew what 3D platforming even was, so, like, it was hard to do anything. Like, people sucked. Now people are just way better at video games.
Yeah. And of course, we've got 26 years of data to find out the best way to do everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ludwig von Koopa bringing up a good point here in the chat. Kristen never checked metal cap, so doesn't have any of the LLL stars, and Zeus has got 4 or 5 of them, so that puts a big advantage ahead of him. If that might be the difference maker, honestly, here, Saren.
I would tend to agree, except for Zeus is exploring large THI, which is probably the worst place you can be in a randomizer. So, opting to go for reds, I like to see that. This is a red coin star that you can grab, Zeus. I'll allow it. Kristen having a lot of trouble making it up to the snowman's head, and I don't blame her. This whole area sucks. Everything about it is terrible. Anybody who's ran vanilla 70 star for any % of time probably agrees.
Don't know what you're talking about. It's the greatest stage in the entire game's history, clean head.
Zeus finding a toad star here. So both players can do MIPS downstairs again if they choose to go down there. Which a lot of people are opting to go for. Some people still opting not to, but I mean, it's a free star. You know where it's at. It's like skipping a toad star if you don't grab it, so.
I think at this
it's
point,
nice.
I think if the light bulb does go off for Kristen, that she can go to LLL, we'll see her go back down there for the second round of MIPS and then maybe get the LLL stars. Otherwise, I don't think we'll be seeing Zeus go back to the basement.
It looks like she's going to lobby, so that could very easily be it. Maybe checking a tracker right now. Oh, nope. Okay. We have not checked Dark World, apparently.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what was inside of Dark World.
Very
I don't remember
true.
what it was for Zeus.
Maybe someday we'll get the randomizer tournaments picking up more sauce, and we can like have trackers for races that just keep track of all the tracking. Or the commentators, like the Link to the Past tourneys do and stuff.
I thought about that with, I've thought about hosting a randomizer tournament, but I thought it'd be very, like, cramped on the layout to try to figure out, like, what they're all doing and how to, like, track where they've gone, what they're all doing. And, like, I guess it's a lot better with this newer set of rules, so that's definitely made it a lot more friendly. But also, Saren, did you ever have any concern about people potentially cheating at all? Because that's one of the things I was worried about, is that if people, like, when you pause the game, you see what seed the person or people are competing in. So I always thought, like, you could have another person possibly side by side whispering in your ear, oh, hey, by the way, this is in this stage, go over here, which I don't think would happen. I feel like we have a pretty good honor code here, but it's still unfortunately something to consider.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a thing in other randomizer communities. It's been a problem. We do have a rule against it in the tournament. There are ways to, you know, tell that kind of stuff is going on, but yeah, nobody would ever cheat in a speedrun. That's all I have to say.
Absolutely not. There's a lot of integrity that comes with being a speedrunner, and nobody would ever just throw that all away in the name of a good time.
100%.
Speaking of 100, Kristen's going for 100 coins in Jolly Roger Bay.
What?
I'm very time-consuming. Literally, I even made the comment of how this is a very time-consuming star, and she is just going for it.
That's actually crazy. So one thing about this, I don't know if we talked about it. So she's collecting coins here. So now what she can do is she can enter the ship, do the chest in the ship, and then the randomizer in nonstop will warp you out of the ship into the beginning of the level, and you'll keep your coin count. So it's not as bad as you might think.
That is actually so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the randomizer devs kind of thought of everything for nonstop.
Oh my god.
Noggins.
I think you telling me that alone now makes me want to play this for sure.
It's a lot of fun. I've done a lot of seeds. A lot of 120 seeds.
Alright, so there she found the box star. Nice wall kick backups there from Zeus to get back on top of the platform. So we see Kristen getting 100 coins, but still has 2 red coins left to go.
And the star count's not looking too bad for Zeas. He's got some pretty quick stars coming up. We'll see what stages he can still find here. And, what can he accomplish.
He still needs to go to all of Tippy, which honestly, at this rate with 60 stars and with this kind of a format, you could literally just get 70 in Rainbow Ride and TikTok Clock alone if you really wanted to go for it. Actually, wait. No, he did go to TTC, didn't he? Yeah, because we made the comment he didn't look at the red coin star. I forgot that areas open up together. My bad. Commentator spreading misinformation.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just change how everything works in a couple of months, and then you'll be even more confused. Yeah, Kristen now entering the ship. Already had collected the 100 coins, so we won't really get a good, I guess we can still tell. I mean, she'll still have the 100 coins when she exits the ship, but won't be really needing them. Oh my god, Frog Dunker.
Very unfortunate box spawn for Kristen here inside the ship, being all the way at the bottom of the ship. Did you just hear a sound alert go off, or was that me?
That's you. That's on you.
Oh, I still have Kristen and Zeus' stream audio playing, so I don't know if maybe they had something go off.
Oh, okay, no, yeah. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, Kristen unfortunately having to wait all the way for that water to go down. I got so panicked looking for that sound alert, hoping I wasn't crazy, that I totally missed out on the warping there. I'm gonna need to go back and rewatch it.
No, you're just hallucinating SpongeBob screeching in your ear. Don't worry about it. Kristen looking a little bit lost here in the lobby. We're getting danger close to that 1 hour mark. Will we see a sub-hour here?
Alright, so she is going back to the basement. We will see her go pick up MIPS, and I wonder if on the tracker she does realize she's got LLL left, so that could be her 70 mark there. Zia struggling right now in Wet Dry World, going for the stars in the other area.
I don't know what we're doing right now, to be quite honest with you. We were on a quest for red coins, but now we're kind of... The water's down. I don't know what we're looking for.
Oh, the red coins. Did he get the red coin star yet?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. You know, oddly enough, I kind of a favor of... Kristen... she's going into HMC, which I believe from seeing Zeus, yeah, it's SSL, and she hasn't gotten any of the stars yet either. So actually, this is... I think she's still gonna pull away with this.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. 2 stars out here that are loose. Well, the one with the bird not really loose, but pretty guaranteed. And okay, getting spun up in the tornado. Gonna be a little bit of time loss, but yeah, she can then go into the pyramid and grab 2 quick stars. Honestly, if I were her, I would just grab whatever I could find, whether it be secrets in the loose star, and just do IROC, because chasing around secrets in the pyramid can be pretty unfortunate.
I was going to say before I distracted myself, I think Wet Dry World, if you're ever doing the red coin star, it's always beneficial to do it with the water up, because you have a lot more, while swimming is slower movement, you have a lot more ability to move throughout the stage and go get the red coins. So, like, instead of having to worry about jumping in the right area or like getting up to the top ability and then doing it, you can just swim there, move on, swim to the next coin, move on. I don't know, that's a personal opinion.
Yeah, Zeus was doing that, and then he just couldn't find it, and I think desperation led to him lowering the water. I personally find that whole area really fun to like traverse on foot, which kind of makes me sad that, you know, what you said is pretty true. Doing the swimming is better, because who wants to swim in Mario 64? But
actually true though.
This is a speed run. It's not just a, you know, casual playthrough.
So it looks like oh, very nice triple jump there from CS, breaking out the 70 skills. It does look like the collector's stars are coming back to bite Zeus here. In the key stars, here we go. Kristen's going for IROC.
Oh, let's go. I love it. I'm so happy.
Nice. She's going to get 70 stars without even going to LLL. That's actually incredible.
Yeah, pretty good.
I think Zeas still needs to find the loose star. Yep, there we go. On the end of this platform here. And he did already go to TikTok clock, so I don't know what he's got left upstairs to go look for. Has he been to TTM yet?
I don't think so. That is a big one. Lots of loose stars in TTM. And the monkey star is pretty free. Opting to back out of the stage, but Kristen has 70 stars heading up to Bowser in the Sky. Looking a little bit over for our friend Zeas, but I mean, we've seen some pretty serious bits meltdowns in this tournament, so we'll see what happens. It can be really scary. You know, Sky is already hard enough, but you throw random enemies in the mix. If you're trying to go too fast, it can be really disastrous, so we'll see how the enemies turn out here for Kristen.
I think it'll be a breeze. Hopefully, enemies hopefully shouldn't be too disastrous.
Spoke too soon. Immediately spotting into the stage, Fire Spitter where you'd normally be lawn jumping, Goomba assisting Kristen into the pit saying, you know, ladies first, here's your hole.
Oh my god. That is, I think, yeah, that is the first time I've ever seen Goomba spawn there, so rather interesting. Zeas, alright, so in Snowman's Land, it does unfortunately look over. This is a good stage to grab some stars and go, but unfortunately the lead is too big now, I think, for Zeas to catch up short of Kristen having an absolutely catastrophic meltdown.
Oh my god, he's not holding A!
Oh
Hold
no.
A, Zeas. There you go.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, but Kristen taking a tumble. And that star count for Zeas is looking quite high. I think he'll go to Igloo next. Actually, no, Bully. Has he done Bully? No, he's done Bully.
Almost losing the shell. Don't quite know what he's doing.
He wants to get to Igloo, I think. Oh, just get off the shell. Yeah, there you go. Snowman assist.
There's still a box star I think he could find. I don't know if he's found the box star yet. As Kristen takes another tumble.
Yeah, that is a lot of time loss in Sky so far, but Zeas can't get this box. Okay, it is a star, though.
All right. This actually is kind of a race right now.
Yep. Yep, exiting course, gonna be spawning
Kristen
upstairs.
takes another tumble in the same fashion.
Yeah, suddenly it's not looking too bad for Zeas, honestly. One or two missed Bowser throws could be disastrous here for Kristen as she has to wait for the moving platform here. You
think Zeas will fall victim to the Goomba?
Oh, that is a great question.
This background texture is so trippy.
Oh, braving the Fire Spitter, but Kristen falling again. She's just too committed to this strat here. Oh, but Zeas taking a bit of a burn, gonna go around. Sky has been brutal to both runners so far. Zeas dodging most of the pain so far, but...
This is a race. This is actually a close randomizer race. This is so awesome.
Yeah, we've had some close ones, but...
Oh, go, sorry.
This is probably as close as we had in the tournament so far. As Kristen takes yet another tumble. Can Zeas succeed where Kristen has failed? Going for the stall kicks, not doing any funny business.
Yeah, Kristen going for that long jump again on the wooden platform surprised me, but unfortunately not enough momentum to get over those wooden blocks. And one more fall and she could die!
She's dead.
Oh my god! No way! Zeas is now about to enter the pipe and is 3 throws away from taking the dub.
Absolutely shocking turn of events here, as I believe this is also PB pace for Zeas. He has not gotten a sub-hour on any settings in the randomizer yet, as far as I know. So Zeas, if he clutches this out, not only going to win the race, but also succeed in nailing another PB.
We will have to inquire and see what his PB is. But missed the throw. The flames are out. Missing another throw.
Did I speak too soon? I'm actually terrified for Zeas right now. Don't die in the fight, Zeas.
I don't know, but Kristen's still struggling here on Bowser in the Sky. So as far as it looks, Zeas has got all the time in the world. Kristen only have 3 wedges of health left, so let's wait and see. Zeas connecting on the 3rd throws. Kristen dies again in bits.
That is a seriously frustrating finish for Kristen here. Not sure how to even respond to that one.
And just like that, Zeus comes from behind to take the dub. With it, what was like a 59-39, 59-40?
Yeah, it was a 59-38 final time for Zeus. I am shocked. I am actually shocked right now.
What a finish. Oh my goodness.
Huge shout outs to both these competitors. We will see if we can grab them in for a quick interview here.
We got them both in the waiting room.
Let's go. You love to see it.
Yes.
All right, welcome in, gamers. Zeus with the victory. Somewhat of an upset victory. Zeus, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I think I played well. I mean, my best rando time is like a 56. So this was still like,
damn.
This was still like 3 minutes off, but I think it went pretty good. Kind of a surprise, starting with wing cap right at the start. I'm not used to that, so I thought I lost like so much time there, but it wasn't too bad overall. But yeah, it was good. It seems like we were close, like very, very close.
Yeah, Krysten had a pretty chunky lead for most of that randomizer, probably like 5 or so stars the whole way,
Wow.
and then yeah, just unfortunately unable to close it out in Sky. Krysten,
I don't know what was going on, but that's the worst I've ever done in bits in a rando, like ever.
yeah, I mean, not a lot of words needed to explain that. I mean, it happens to the best of us, honestly. Sometimes you get to Sky and it just doesn't come together, especially when stuff's in the wrong spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at the preview of the live thing in the voice channel, and like it said I had 66 stars and she had 70. So I was like, wait a minute. What happened?
I died in bits twice and I fell I don't know how many times. And I kept looking at the little the raised GG thing. I was like waiting for you to finish because I was already so fed up. I was like, can he just win this? Because this is so painful.
You gave us the greatest instance of commentators foreshadowing plus curves, because we were talking about how Saren was talking about how random enemies could spawn and possibly mess it up, and I'm like, you know, it's I don't think it could be that bad. And right out of the gate, there's the Goomba waiting for you.
Yeah, so that was my. Oh, I know, I died 3 times. 4 times. So I died twice to that Goomba.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Wow. No way.
Yeah, it was Zeus, if you want to go back and watch my bits, it was horrible. I don't even want to go back and watch it because I'm just like so fed up with it. But GG.
GG, Krysten. That was a lot of fun. I'm surprised it wasn't closer, at least throughout the whole thing. But
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were ahead because obviously we can't watch it. But I thought you were ahead because I tried to go for the BLJ to get the 50-star door and I couldn't get it. And I was on that for like a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then I was like, fuck it, and I went back and just got the 50 stars. So I did a lot of different things that I really thought you were in the lead.
The biggest time difference between you two is that, Krysten, I think your experience in randomizer showed, because you knew what the quick stars were, you know where to what to look for and where to go get them. But Zeus, you favored a lot more of the collectible stars. You tended to go for more secrets, more red coins, and even a couple of questionable 100 coin stars. So I think in the end it kind of all balanced. In the end, it kind of all balanced out there. I honestly would even though there were some like ups and downs, I do recommend like watching the match if you guys could, because there is a lot to take away from it.
yeah, definitely. Krysten's very, very experienced in rando. She's been doing rando for a lot longer than I have, so she definitely has a lot more experience and knows what to do.
Well, not really with this one. This one is kind of frustrates me, but it's okay. I think I'm gonna actually like try to do this one more so I can get better at this, like these settings, because this is still fairly new to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
I love these settings.
It's so weird to me.
We're definitely gonna have some default randomizer events coming up, but I think I'm gonna try to get people racing this category more. I think it's pretty cool.
I think
if you do the default, I would definitely like to be in that because I'm better at that one.
Oh yeah,
I think you've persuaded another competitor here, Sarah, and I'm definitely down to crack open this son of a gun.
Let's go. Randomizer
It's
converts.
a lot of fun. It is definitely a lot of fun. This is really the most I've done rando, and I've had a lot of fun with it. Just as like a vanilla SM64 player, like this feels a lot more in line with what the regular game is. So it definitely is a lot of fun. If anyone wants to get into it.
Radical.
Zeas, by the way, do you have a PB in randomizer?
For these settings, it's a 5633.
Okay.
I just got it last night. I forgot to mention it.
There we go. We've got notes there for the production team.
I, on the other hand, do not have a PB for this one. I have it for the old one or the other settings.
Are either of you planning on continuing streaming? I'm trying to find a stream target. I've got no randomizer players on. I see a couple SM64 people, but
I mean, I was planning on it.
Yeah, I was gonna end and probably go live later.
Let's go.
So,
we're gonna raid Kristen.
Yeah.
Awesome. So everybody go watch Kristen. Be aware, this channel is intended for mature audiences. Be very afraid. Twitch is letting me know that. Potentially dangerous. Yeah, everybody go show Kristen some love. If you want to check out the randomizer, of course, link is here
Close
for
the
the
prediction.
Discord. No, points are all going back to me, actually.